Pakistan sent the Fierce Dragon to participate in the Anatolian Eagle-2021 joint performance, taking the opportunity to conduct air combat training with Qatar. Racing Wind. The Navbharat Times reported that in order to learn how to deal with the Indian Air Force's cutting-edge legal Rafale fighters, Pakistan recently sent a number of JF-17 Fierce Dragon fighters to participate in the ANA held in Turkey. Anatolian Eagle-2021, Anatolian Eagle-2021 multinational joint military exercise. Because of the close relationship with Pakistan, Qatar sent Racing Wind to participate in the exercise. The 5 Fierce Dragons, dispatched by Pakistan in the exercises these days, specifically targeted the 4 Racing Wind of Qatar and the 2 MiG-29 fighters dispatched by Azerbaijan to conduct simulated air combat training and share them together. Flight experience and other information, etc. The New India Times pointed out that since India has both the Hurricane and MiG-29, and the Hurricane is the country's latest air defense force, such exercises will allow Pakistan to obtain a lot of valuable information. According to reports, Pakistan and the Qatar Air Force have a close cooperative relationship. It has even been reported that the two countries secretly exchange pilots, so that Pakistani pilots can receive Racing Wind flight training in France, so as to thoroughly understand the advantages and disadvantages of the aircraft, but this news has been sternly denied by France. This kind of information is also very important to Turkey, because the country's feud, Greece, has previously signed a contract with France for €2.5 billion, approximately 84.2 billion new Taiwan dollars, to purchase 18 Cyclones, 12 of which were used by the French Air Force. The second mobile phone will be delivered as soon as July. Anatolian Eagle 2021 will be held from June 21 to July 2 at the 3rd Main Jet Base in Konya, Turkey. Participants include the Turkish Navy and Air Force, Azerbaijan Air Force, Pakistan Air Force, Qatar Air Force, and an E-3A Airborne Early Warning Control Aircraft AWACS from NATO, and nearly 20 countries sent observers to participate. Xiaolong won the Gust in the military exercise, the Pakistani Air Force won the championship, and the Indian Air Force was depressed. It is reported that in the Anatolian Eagle 2021 joint exercise held in Turkey, the JF-17, Raiden, Chinese called Fierce Dragon, fighter jets jointly developed by the Pakistan Air Force and the Qatar Air Force's legal Rafale fighter fought and won the air battle in the exercise with a total score of 6-2. The Anatolian Eagle 2021 joint exercise hosted by the Turkish military will not only improve the training level of multinational Air Force joint operations, but will also share knowledge, capabilities and experience with each other. This worries the Indian military, which has a territorial dispute with Pakistan in Kashmir, and fears that the Qatar Air Force, which has a very close relationship with Pakistan, will share the relevant technical parameters of the legal Rafale fighter jets in the sharing of knowledge, capabilities and experience between the two parties. Pakistani pilots and confession. With the Pakistani Air Force pilots' superb flight technology and rich air combat experience when flying F-168B, C, D and JF-17 Thunder Block 3 fighters, Dan took control of the Indian Air Force's legal Rafale fighter jets. With regard to core flight technical parameters and technical and tactical performance, the Indian Air Force will undoubtedly be in a very unfavorable situation in the future air combat that the Indian and Pakistani Air Force may break out over Kashmir. Now, it is reported that in the Anatolian Eagle 2021 joint exercise, the Pakistani Air Force pilots flew JF-17 Raiden Block 2 fighters, not the most advanced JF-17 Raiden Block 3 fighters. Achieved a 6-2 air combat score against the legal Rafale fighter jets. This news is real, not fraudulent. This is definitely not good news for the Indian Air Force. In this Anatolian Eagle 2021 joint exercise, the Qatar Air Force pilots piloted the legal Rafale fighter jets and only won 2 victories against the Pakistan Air Force JF-17 Thunderbolt Block 2 fighter jets, while Pakistan the Air Force piloted the JF-17 Thunderbolt Block 2 fighter, but achieved 6 victories over the Qatar Air Force's legal Rafale fighter. The record ratio between the two sides was 3-1, and the Pakistan Air Force gained an absolute advantage in the exercise. If the Anatolian Eagle-2021 joint exercise is regarded as actual combat, it means that 3 Rafale fighters will be used to shoot down 1 JF-17 Thunderbolt Block II fighter. This air combat exercise, the results exceeded the expectations of the outside world. With an average unit price of $245 million, including related airborne weapons and equipment, India can be regarded as a legal Rafale fighter jet that has been introduced at a cost. It seems that it is not as magical as the Indian military and the media boast, and it can change instantly. The air posture at the borders between China and India and China and Pakistan has achieved air superiority over China and Pakistan. The Turkish military organizes the Anatolian Eagle-2021 joint exercise in the context of actual combat. During the exchange of sharing knowledge, capabilities and experience, and in the air fighter contest, the Qatar Air Force's legal system, Rafale, the fighter jets and the Russian-made MiG-29 fighter jets of the Azerbaijani Air Force are both the main fighters of the Indian Air Force. Their technical and tactical performance must be familiar to the Pakistani Air Force pilots, which undoubtedly makes the Indian Air Force very depressed. In particular, the legal Rafale fighter jets that the Indian Air Force had high hopes did not demonstrate the strong and comprehensive combat performance expected by the Indian Air Force in the Anatolian Eagle-2021 joint exercise. JF-17 Thunder Block II fighters formed a crushing situation, but the Pakistan Air Force's JF-17 Thunder Block II fighters obtained an overwhelming 6-2 air superiority over the French Rafale fighters. According to foreign media disclosure of relevant information, this is the main air combat exercise in the line of sight. JF-17 Lightning Block II itself has a very good fighter close air combat performance. It is perfectly reflected by the exercise. The outside world, the generally optimistic Rafale fighter was cut by the JF-17 Thunder Block II fighter. The excellent close-range combat performance of the JF-17 Thunder Block II fighter jet makes up for its inferiority to the legal Rafale fighter in over-the-horizon attack. The result of this air combat has a very important reference to the outside world. That is, how to balance the fighter's over-the-horizon and close-range air combat performance. The combat style and superb aerial combat capabilities demonstrated by the Pakistan Air Force in the Anatolian Eagle-2021 joint exercise will make the JF-17 Thunderbolt fighter jointly developed by China and Pakistan become famous. Helping the export of this type of fighter jets, opening up the gap in the international arms market, may be able to achieve good export results. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel. Goodbye.